Hey guys, it's Luke with Green Planet Farm coming at you from the jackfruit part of the farm. And we're in mid-February, getting out of winter here. It's been warming up lately. And the ice cream beans that I did a prune on about a month ago or so, they're leafing out. A lot of new growth on them. They're spring flushing. And we're just beginning the time where I start to cut back some of this winter growth that keeps these jackfruits protected, keeps the frost off of them, which we did get a light little frost this year. It actually did burn some of these leaves right out here on the edges. That's about it, and a few tops, tips up there. But we're bringing out the big guns today, and we're gonna top these jackfruits even more. I've been looking at them and trying to figure out how to train these things, and they're seedlings. They want to go straight up, and I don't want to be dealing with ladders on these little slopes and soft squishy ground, and they really need to be cut down and trained properly. So we're kind of coming in maybe probably 3 feet, somewhere around there. It depends on really the tree's branch structure. We're trying to retain some of the branches to make an open vase shape mango. So this one, we topped it, and we've got about 5 branches here radiating out that will become the new structure of the tree. And this one was a little bit larger. We took quite a bit out of it. We took that whole tree out. And this is where I topped it into the fall, and you can see it has all this new growth, but I went down deeper, and I kind of want to train them like those trees are trained there, where these branches will grow out at like a 45 or so and fruit along there. So this is kind of what it looks like right now. It looks okay, but the fruiting wood is the vertical wood, really. The side branches can't get strong enough because it's so dense. And these ice cream beans are going to be cut down too, deeper like that, probably like a foot off the ground. And eventually they might have to be worked out of the system, because these jackfruits are only, I believe, 8 feet apart. So there's 4 feet between the jackfruits and the ice cream beans. But the more you cut these ice cream beans, the more they release some nitrogen and stuff. But it's going to be interesting how this looks. It's kind of drastic. I should have done this earlier, I guess, but I wasn't really paying attention to how they were growing. So, and they grew back so quick after they froze a couple years ago that I didn't really have a chance. But this is the jackfruit that kind of is very precocious. It's like 7 or 8 jackfruits on it. Some of them have a black spot, but I don't know. I sprayed them with sulfur when they were young, when I was spraying the mangoes, and that might have burnt. That might have made that happen. But it's gonna be drastic. That's all I can tell you. And we're getting some lychee bloom. That's a Brewster. Some light bloom starting. This sweet tart, it's got quite a bit of bloom on it. So this is kind of what it's gonna look like when I get them down, and then these lower horizontals will be trained as an open vase shape we took down. some serious material. Some of them don't really have a branch on that side. I'm hoping something sprouts out to help balance the tree. But this probably should have been done as they were regrowing back. They grew pretty quick and penciled up. And there's a farm in Australia that's got some videos showing you how to do it, and I'm kind of following that style. So if you look up jackfruit tree pruning, you're gonna see their open vase shape, where at about hip high they try to find 5 horizontals and they go up at a 45. So ideally these will grow out like this, and then there'll be fruit along that branch. And then on this side, they'll grow this way. I can still drive underneath it with fruit kind of canopying basically over the path. So we'll see if we can keep this trained, because seedlings go straight up. And then the way I have them planted, they're kind of forced to be straight up too, because they're tight. And the fruits are just gonna fruit too high, and then these lower branches need sun to be strong. So I kind of have to do it like this and keep these ice cream beans real tight and pugged down. I think that's gonna be the best option. I had to cut a few fruits off of this one. I'm gonna try to still nurse it so it can fruit on this tree. Might have to adjust that branch a little bit to balance it out, but getting a new battery, and I'm gonna keep working my way through. All right, here's one of our oldest jackfruit trees. We just finished pruning on it. It was getting big. These things grow fast, and it's not like we haven't pruned it, but we wanted to change the shape. So it's got the open vase shape now. So took some big limbs out of it. But ideally, somewhere between waist and chest high, you get 4 to 5 of these branches going off at 45s. So this is what was already here, and we're working with that. And we've limbed them out, pruned all the branches off of them here. And this is where fruiting spurs will come out, potentially like that. The fruit can hang down. So you'll have fruits hanging, and none of the branches are really right directly over each other. They're staggered. So here you can have fruits, and then out on this one you can have fruits. So you can see this is an example. These are just a bunch of male flowers here. I left that in case some females do come out this year. But this was a pretty severe prune. This is where I had pruned it before. That was right there. You can see I pruned it, and it bridged all those out, and then those vertical shoots went straight up and took it out. The goal now is to make sure we put some copper fungicide on these big cuts. So that doesn't get a rot, and make sure we can keep this watered and fertilized. So do a spring fertilization and make sure it's watered real well, kind of in dry season. And here's a bonus Groomy Chama, just starting to open flowers and flush, making fruits. Very beautiful. So this is the open vase shape I recommend. We're gonna try that. And this is a seedling tree, so I think you can manage even the seedlings from being vertical. Just don't be afraid to prune your trees. All right, here's an update a few days later. Jackfruits have been pugged down. Ice cream beans have been cut all the way back. And got them kind of trained. So we have some low vertical branching. Let these leaves drop off and we'll come back and clean up. But some of them will get a little bit of sunburn, but I think they're gonna do okay.